And if you do love your business, then you take care of your business. Do you love your investors? Then you take care of your investors. Do you love your staff? Then you take care of them. And I think that the problem is people like to separate investors and staff and their business and almost treat them like a have to, which is probably why money is also a have to in their lives. Because if you treat, I read it from Jensen Cher. I don't know if you've read her books, Vinny, but Jensen Cher wrote the book. I can't remember what the name of the book is, but she's a wonderful author, and she said, she said you're a badass. She wrote the book You're a Badass at Making Money. You're a Badass, and she said this: think of money like a relationship. If you said you
Mhm.
don't love that person, how much longer will they be in your life?
I totally agree, brother. You just brought up something called law of attraction and manifestation, which is huge. Rhonda Burns wrote The Secret in 1933. There were other studies done. The key thing is what you really like and feel good about. And you really, like in my companies, we always had several, win-win-win-win situation. Number one, gold was our residents are gold. That was number one. Because if the residents, tenants, we never say tenants, residents in commercial buildings or hotels or in apartments or storage units, they're gold. Second, people were right behind them, and that is our investors are gold. Our investors have to be gold because
Yeah.
they give us money to do down payments and we have liquidities and all, and we give them returns. Third is our name, Monil staff, team members. They are gold. They are gold, exactly, because they are giving the service to the residents and holding the properties together and making value, add things and all that, and bring cash flows. Fourth one are our teams of people, our vendors, our contractors, our the attorneys and the CPAs. They are gold. That's third one, right there. Fourth one, maybe fourth one. And
Yeah.
then the fifth one is our family. That comes, we come the last, right at the bottom. And if we take care of all of them from the top, everything will work nicely to bring great revenues and profits into your company. That's how I look at it. Serving attitude mind is huge, huge. If we are not serving, then we cannot win the game of money.
So for everybody listening at home, Vinny sends me notes every time we get into this call. He just talked about shifting from the scarcity to abundance. The second note we've got is money is just a tool, not a god. So you
Yeah.
can't worship money. You can't you can't love money in the sense that you're thinking it's better than you or better than anybody else. It is literally just a tool to be used, and
Yep.
money is just that. It's designed to be used, and there are ways to use it that are better than others. And
Yep.
we see all the time the failures of people's use of money, poor
Yeah.
use of money, and that's where parts of the world just don't do very well. Is because people have misused money. It is
So
still just a tool. Vinny, how does a person take money off of? Because I know certain people who've made millions and millions used it for it as a tool for a time, but then forgot that it's a tool. And there's a concept of holding and hoarding money sometimes that actually slows down its growth, that can take away its ability. How do you, if you've done very well but you're still kind of scared, how do you make it the tool again? If your skill is no longer available, now you're going to be trusting other people's skill. How do you put it
well,
to be a tool
the
again?
the biggest thing is, you got to go back to where is the money? Are you saving? Are you investing that money to make you more money? Like we just talked about velocity of money, right? There are so many ways to figure out it. Like today I'm giving a presentation webinar on to the accredited investors, and we're going to talk about tax savings. We're going to talk about all alternatives that is away from all different things that is happening in this economy.